I'm back. What up, Fight World? Your boy Ego. Y'all tripping, bro. Man, we. This is funny though. All of a sudden, there's bugs happening. We talking about the game. It's funny how that works. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we back like usual. I'm not man. This don't end. That's what I do full time. That's what I do full time. That's what I do full time. The Joker. Where did he get those wonderful toys? This town needs an enema. Oh my god, boxing needs an enema. Where did he get those wonderful toys? Oh my gosh, we doing it, bruh. I didn't even get a cut. That's the thing about it. I didn't get a cut though. Wait till they get a load of me. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna be on too long because I'm not going to. He said I thought Ego, man, we ain't sleep. Man, Deontay Wilder, he announced the Luis Ortiz fight. Hold on one second. This shit is crazy. Listen, I'm not gonna be on long, so it's hot as fucking here. I need to turn the fan on. Let me just kill this real quick. Finish what I was saying. This hurts Joshua. Wilder announcing the Luis Ortiz fight. All the British fighters, none of them dared step up to fight Luis Ortiz. Please tell me I'm lying. Name a popular, not Dave Allen or something. Name a popular in prime, someone with something to lose, major, that fought Luis Ortiz. That's British. We all recognize Luis Ortiz is one of the top dogs. Who fought him? Tyson Fury got called out by Luis Ortiz. Never even really acknowledged it. Dillian White got ordered by the WBC. Never fought him. But fought Derek Chisora and is now fighting Oscar Rivas. You know, two guys who are little known worldwide. Joshua, we know he didn't fight him. Joe Joyce. Abel Sanchez said he needed more fights. So, you know, this is good for Wilder's stock. He has a chance here to right his wrong or whatever. You know, it's not even a wrong because he won the fight by stoppage. But, you know, some people think Ortiz got the short end and, you know, just need to work on his stamina. It's a dangerous fight, put it that way. And people say, oh, Wilder got too much time. He got too much time to recover. Well, they're going to run it back. Just like Shelly Finkel said weeks ago. So, fast forward to modern times. This also hurts Joshua for the simple fact he's been clout chasing. This whole week, Joshua is fighting Andy Ruiz, saying he's not overlooking him, but the names out of his mouth a little bit about Fury and a lot of bit about Deontay Wilder. So that just kills that. For the remainder, since Wilder made it a public issue, I made a video about it. He's already interviewed about it. If Wilder he already made it a public issue. Hold on one second. Smash the like button, people. Shout out to John Green. He said Wilder needs to come in heavy. Ego, think about it. AJ doesn't have any big names to fight. Oh, I thought about it. Trust me, I thought about it. You're absolutely right. He doesn't. You know. I got to try to switch something because I don't like the disappearing shit. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, yo. I don't like the disappearance shit. Hold on. Make sure y'all smash that like button, people. All right, we should be good. All right, we back. Let me talk about it. So none of the British fighters fought Luis Ortiz. Everybody called him an old man. Everybody said he was aged and ancient, fossil, and all that, but nobody fought him. Joe Joyce didn't fight him. Anthony Joshua didn't fight him when he had opportunities, and that was his old mandatory. Dillian White got ordered by the WBC, didn't fight him. Tyson Fury didn't fight him. So he didn't fight. None of them fight it. So I give Wilder credit because, listen, Wilder has had so many times. First of all, Wilder was supposed to fight Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz failed a drug test. That could be perceived as like you effed up. You didn't complete a drug test and the fight got canceled. Wilder ended up fighting Stavern. I was at the fight, knocked him out. I initially booked the fight hoping that it was because it was the Luis Ortiz fight initially, and then things changed. Luis Ortiz failed a drug test. Wilder could have held that against Luis Ortiz and said, nope, you once a failure. I don't trust you. I'm not fighting you. So he could have had it out right then and there. Then he fights Luis Ortiz, has a tough fight, gets hurt in the fight. And he could have just, after he stopped Luis Ortiz, he could have just said, that's done. I'm done with this dude. He gave me a good fight, but I edged it, stopped him, and then just moved on. He ain't doing that. He going back into the swamp. This dude is a real country boy. So like Keith Thurman say, I got an O and I'm not afraid to let it go. He's showing you. Look at the competition. Joshua's fighting Andy Ruiz, who's a good fighter, but he's fighting him under a half camp, as a result of picking somebody. Like, why didn't you pick Andy Ruiz from the beginning? Why didn't you pick Luis Ortiz from the beginning? Why didn't you pick Dillian White from the beginning? You picked Gerald Miller. So to me, it's a bad look for AJ. And UK in general. They all could have picked Luis Ortiz. Nobody did. Wilder keeps going after Luis Ortiz. Now it's at the point, if Wilder stops Luis Ortiz again or just beats him again, then who wants to see, no one's going to be clamoring for Dillian White versus Luis Ortiz at that point. So Wilder is talking the talk and walking the walk. He's not just saying Luis Ortiz is an old man, and then just not fighting him. He's saying I'm better than him. He's the so-called boogeyman. I'm gonna show you. I'm clarifying all the controversial fights, and then they putting it on pay-per-view. First fight did over 1 million. I'm gonna support the fight, bro. So you guys can say, oh, you're a Wilder nut. Fuck what you talking about. Good luck. The fighters you want to support, you support them. But this new media shit is so real, people. And I keep telling you each and every time, this new media shit is real. We control the narrative. Listen, I know what Wilder, I seen his vision and he's been doing it, bro. So I'm not going to play like I didn't see what he was doing, that he wasn't pushing for the other fight. So I'm going to support him. I like Luis Ortiz a lot too. I think Luis Ortiz wants to smoke. So none of the UK fighters have, the relevant ones, the big name ones, Joe Joyce, Tyson Fury, AJ, Dillian White. That's four UK fighters, and Wilder's fucking around and fighting him a second time before any of them fight him a first time, which is wrong. Wilder, that's a dangerous fight because it was a dangerous fight the first time, and Luis Ortiz, keeps winning. He has like 3 wins or so since that time. He's a dangerous fight at this point still. You could say whatever. Oh yeah, man, look at his age. Fuck all that. He's a technical fighter. He can brawl. He can box. He can get on his toes. He has power. Southpaw stance. He's a difficult fight. Wilder's going right back in the swamp. None of these other dudes with names, like they talked about it. Like, Joe Joyce said he would fight him, but Abel said 5 more fights or some shit. Dillian White said he will knock him out, but you're fighting Oscar Rivas before you were fighting, Derek Chisora and Lucas Brown and Joseph Parker. So Wilder's out here on some put up or shut up shit. It's just what it is. Wilder's star power is definitely growing. And if he clears this up, it'll be like the Stavern fight. He's been winning everything by knockout. So, if he beats what's her name again by knockout, then it's going to be beneficial to him. It'll be like on some Floyd Mayweather shit where Floyd, even in his close fights, he does better in the rematches. That'll be the case for Wilder. Floyd Castillo, Floyd Maidana, and Castillo, Floyd did better in the rematch. So he already had Stavern rematch, destroyed him in 1 round. So if he does that, and not necessarily 1 round, but if he beats Luis Ortiz in the rematch, then there's no controversy. He's just cleaning up. He's cleaning up his mess. If Luis Ortiz wins, then that motherfucker's bad. Old media is sweating bullets right now, I'm telling you, because they don't know what to do. Another reason it hurts Joshua is because it's his fight week, and this is news getting announced. Like I said, 78, he did an interview. I was driving, I seen it. It said live, and it said Deontay Wilder talks or some shit. And there was like 700 people watching it, and it was Wilder talking to 78. So Joshua up here, doing media days in his fight week, and people are now distracted because I'm making videos, I'm making streams talking about the Wilder announcement. I'm telling you, if you guys can't see the shift, then you're probably biased, or you're probably from the UK. If you can't see the shift of momentum, I told you AJ is a good fighter. I told you AJ is popular in the UK, but he's not what you guys built him up to be and hadn't proven that in the US, and you're now seeing it, bro. They're talking about Wilder fighting Ortiz on pay-per-view at the Staples Center. Wilder keeps going viral. You guys think y'all keep expecting him to fail. They have a backstory. They have good highlights from both sides from the first fight. It's going to be in LA where the Lakers play. The weather, who doesn't want to come out to Cali? This is my state, bro. We got good weather. Around that time, it should still be good. I think it's going to be cool. It's going to be a kickback. But here's the other thing y'all not understanding, and it's so funny because y'all like to play dumb. New media, we control the scene. We control the narrative. No matter how much you guys get mad and all that stuff, we make this shit hot. So I promise you, based on the love Wilder has shown my channel, and based on me seeing what he's doing, which I believe to be is right for boxing, pushing for the best and, trying to etch out his legacy, he's going to get coverage from me. So I'm big. So what you going to do? What you going to do? It's up to old media to make other fights hot that nobody's talking about. What they going to do? You can't control. You can't stop me. You can't stop me from covering Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. So these fights are gonna be popping because I'm gonna be there. And I'm gonna be giving it the coverage, and I'm gonna be working hard like I always do. But who's gonna make, Joshua versus Takam 2, or Joshua versus Hugo Fury, Hugh, or whatever his name is, Huey Dewey Louis Fury, or Joshua versus Liam, Kubrat Pulev, and Jin Sushi. Who's gonna make that hot? Wilder's already done. I mean, Joshua's already done well for himself in the UK, But how's he gonna get beyond that bubble? How's he gonna get beyond the UK point of sales? And even the UK, I think, is getting burnt out. Y'all, why wouldn't y'all be burnt out? So this month, y'all got to pay for box office, which is pay-per-view, for Joshua versus Ruiz. You live in the that's why I said y'all might as well just be real. It's over. I don't care if it's your countryman. I don't care who it is. Right is right, fair is fair. So get this straight. In the month of June, you have to pay for 2 pay-per-views. £19.95, which is roughly probably like $25-27. You guys have to pay for that for Joshua Ruiz. You got to stay up till 3, 4, 5 in the morning to watch Joshua versus late replacement Ruiz because his initial opponent failed drug test. You got to stay up till 3 or 4 in the morning and pay pay-per-view for that. And then a week or so after, you got to pay for Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwartz. Yeah, on top of that, Hearn is saying pay-per-view is dead. But y'all motherfuckers got to stay up till 3 to 5 in the morning, depending on how long the fight lasts and all that, watching this shit and having to pay for it. Meanwhile, y'all hate Al Heyman, the black man, the devil, and all this shit. But Al Heyman put Broner Pacquiao on free TV, Caleb Plant, Uzcategui. I think Pacquiao Thurman is on ITV for free, so on and so forth. Mikey Spence. If y'all don't see the game plan, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Al Heyman is giving the UK better fights than Eddie Hearn is giving America. Facts. I just told you. Broner Pacquiao, y'all got to watch that per Al Heyman for free. Spence Garcia, y'all got to watch that for free. Eddie Hearn say he's going to ban you from covering. He didn't say nothing. I didn't talk to Eddie Hearn. Hey, y'all got to stop making up shit on my name, bro. I don't know what you talking about. I ain't talked to him. He didn't say nothing to me. Y'all got to stop making up stuff. If it didn't come from me, then don't believe it. I don't know who said what, bro. But anyway, like I said, we the fans. We the ones that make these fights hot. So let's say Joshua, hypothetically, let's say he gets past Ruiz, and I'm not overlooking Ruiz. I know Ruiz can scrap. But hypothetically, give him the benefit of the doubt. He's a champion. He's bigger. Let's say he gets past him. Who's he going to fight? Who's he going to fight next? So this is kind of like almost how there's different promoters, and Al Heyman's doing everybody greasy like that. Like Terrence Crawford, I love to do that, great fighter, but who can he fight without working with Al Heyman? Joshua just had to fight an Al Heyman fighter to save his date because people like Michael Hunter can scrap, but I don't think that would have been a big fight. He had to turn to Al Heyman. Now, if he wants the Wilder fight at some point, he's gonna have to work with Al Heyman. I don't see how y'all can't see this, but pride will get you. Foolish pride will get you all the time. That's just what it is. If you guys can't see the momentum shifting, I don't know what to tell you. Wilder had a good fight that did over 1 million views. It was a competitive fight, which you guys, a lot of you old media fucks, complained that the fight, Wilder was afforded extra time to recover. Now you mad that it's happening. You mad because you know what this means. It's a good fight. It's a dangerous fight. And Wilder's going to keep pushing for his brand. And if he gets past Luis Ortiz, he's going to be the man. I mean, who's considered more of a boogeyman as of right now? Luis Ortiz or Andy Ruiz? Luis Ortiz or Tom Schwartz? Luis Ortiz or Oscar Rivas? You get what I'm saying? So you can't say how, it's so funny. The clout chase is real. Every Dillian White and AJ and different people keep saying Wilder's taking the easy road, and Wilder's like cherry picking and being protected by the WBC. Fighting Luis Ortiz is not a protection agency policy. That's like let's say I wash dogs, other people's dogs, right? Y'all gotta smash the like button. I'm not feeling that. Y'all smash the like button. Y'all gotta smash the like button. I'm the king of analogies. I got one for you. So, people are saying you like I said, don't take my word for it. Just hear what I'm having to say versus what other people in old media is saying. Right? You tell me what makes sense. So they're saying like Dillian White and Joshua and old media, they're saying Wilder is being protected, like taking the easy course or whatever. But he's about to fight Luis Ortiz. So if let's say I was a dog groomer and I was in charge of washing dogs, and I'm washing Siberian Huskies, Pit Bulls, Jack Russell Terriers, right? The mean dogs, Pit Bulls and, Malamutes and stuff, dogs that have Dachshund Hounds, like dogs that have like history of being more aggressive dogs. Meanwhile, someone else is washing, like, let's say we get to pick the dog. Someone else is picking, the poodles and the purse dogs that don't have this reputation for having the sharpest teeth or having a temper, some of them. Then how can you say that ego keeps picking the easy dogs to wash, and the Malamute, Siberian Huskies, the Doberman Pinschers, the Jack Russell Terriers, the Pit Bulls, I'm washing them. And then the other person is washing purse dogs like that Paris Hilton be having and shit. Small dogs, like dogs that are known to be friendly. That wouldn't make too much sense. You can't say I'm picking the easy work and I'm picking the most aggressive dogs. How does that make sense? Wilder's schedule will consist of Stavern mandatory, Ortiz, so former champion Stavern, who went the 12 rounds with him, Ortiz, who gave him a hell of a fight, southpaw, can box, can brawl, can do it all, Cuban background, good size, Tyson Fury, so Luis Ortiz when he was undefeated, Tyson Fury is undefeated, 6'9", can box, trouble you with this style. Then the mandatory, Dominic Brazil, who's 6'7", had personal disdain and beef with him, right? And who's bigger than him. It was promising to make it up to his family that he was going to destroy Wilder and all this. And then back to Luis Ortiz. How can you tell me that's a cakewalk schedule? Doesn't even make sense. Like I said, Wilder would be the dog groomer who's washing the Pit Bulls and the Malamutes and the Rottweilers and the nefariously aggressive dogs. So, old media has to be bad for them. The stuff they say don't make sense. They saying Wilder's taking the protection, witness protection program path. How you taking the witness protection program? But Tyson Fury's fighting Tom Schwartz. No one's ever fucking heard of him. So Wilder was pushing for Tyson Fury, and that's the other thing. See, this is the worst part about old media. Y'all play dumb. Everybody knows what happened. Wilder damn near knocked out Tyson Fury. Arguably did knock him out. Whatever. Tyson Fury got up. Rest is history. Everyone thought they're going to be in a rematch at the Barclay. Give the different coast that fight. Tyson Fury has no real reason, but he switched sides. Talking about one time he says ESPN offered me too much money. Then he just did a thing on ESPN, and he said he did it because Showtime's numbers were low. Stop it, bro. You ducked. That's just what it is. Like, these dudes, they really, I feel like they think the fans are stupid. And maybe some of the fans are stupid because they're such fanatical fans that they know this stuff is true that I'm saying, and they ignore it, or they pretend to ignore it. Tyson Fury said, "I'm the Gypsy King from a long line of family of fighters. I'm bare knuckle fighters on to boxers. I was named after a boxer. I'm donating my purse to charity." Okay, that sounds good. So you don't care about money, but now you're saying Showtime didn't have enough ratings, which is why you're not fighting Wilder. Then let me get this straight. Showtime didn't do good enough ratings, but we all know rematches do better, especially when there's controversy or excitement like there was in that fight, especially the very final round, and we didn't get a 13th round. So to build up hype with ESPN, you're fighting Tom Schwartz. Come on, bro. So how does that build up? ESPN's a big platform, cool. But how's that build up the Wilder fight? By you fighting somebody that nobody in America knows because he hasn't fought outside of Germany, and you're fighting him in America. Come on, bro. You guys can't be this like dense. It doesn't even make sense. So if the whole goal is to build up Tyson Fury Wilder 2 on ESPN because you feel it's a bigger platform, then why didn't you fight at least an Oscar Rivas or Bryant Jennings or something? Why would you pull somebody from the shuffle that nobody's ever even heard of? Makes no sense. So that goes to show me you're not really about what you're saying you're about. You want time to recover, period. Wilder put you on, bad legs and shit, and you realize that power is real. So now, it's what they do oftentimes to the Caucasian fighters. They want to give you every chance to succeed. If you're a minority, black or brown, you might not get every opportunity. You might have one opportunity, and if you don't capitalize, to the back of the line you go. But Caucasian fighters, they'll give you a chance to get up and reinvent yourself. Like Lomachenko, he ain't never had to fight Salido again, the brown fighter. He never had to do it. He could simply move forth with his career, get better, and never have to see the man that blemished his record to this day. To this day. Same thing with Tyson Fury. Oh, shit, we feel bad. We like your story. We're going to offer you a shit ton of money, but we're not going to put you back in there with that mean man, Deontay Wilder. We're going to give you a cherry pick fight and then charge you on top of that in the UK, charge pay-per-view. Listen, if the UK, if that's what y'all like, y'all got money like that, then shout out to y'all. But Joshua Ruiz, y'all got to stay up till 4 a.m. to watch Joshua Ruiz with a 5-week camp. Oh, it's not supposed to be Ruiz, but it is Ruiz. So it doesn't matter what it's supposed to be. That's what you're happening. And like I said, if he never picked Gerald Miller, when have you seen Luis Ortiz, pull out of a big high-profile fight? You haven't really seen that in a high-profile fight, So Eddie Hearn, they should have picked better. They should have picked Luis Ortiz, gave him a full camp, and hopefully he made it drug-free through all the VADA testings and shit, because Gerald Miller didn't, Y'all got to then, 2 weeks later, pay for Tyson Fury and Tom Schwartz. But meanwhile, I told you, everything in America goes through us. You believe me or not, you'll see. We're going to get what we want. It's a free country. So, like I said, I'm using my services, my voice, my influence to do what I feel is right for boxing. I can't, I got to get to as many fights as I can, but they have to mean something. So there's nothing that anybody can do. We build up the fights. We make the fights popping. You can't stop Wilder's progress. Only thing that stopped Wilder, if he falls off or, loses, becomes undisciplined. But the way it's heading, he's doing well for himself and only getting bigger. Meanwhile, Joshua, just think about who can Joshua fight beyond the Ruiz? How's he going to look versus Ruiz? There's a lot of questions. And you could say, oh, yeah, but whatever. Al Heyman is aligning his fighters for, to definitely be the A side, make money on the business end. See, a lot of y'all care about the short term. Y'all told Wilder to take $12.5 million last year. If he would have took that, he would have looked like a jackass, because just a year later they're offering him $100 million. So as long as he keeps doing what he's supposed to be doing and stays on his guided path and keeps winning in the way he's winning, how is it going to go anywhere? So that's why he said what he said. I'm betting on myself, and that's what he's doing. Meanwhile, like I said, it's a bad look. Joshua's fighting Ruiz on an app that not everyone has. The app don't even have Joshua committed to them. It's looking ugly. Looking ugly. Joshua's not even committed to the app. So, he doesn't have no full-on contract with the zone. It's like a case-by-case thing, if anything. He fighting Ruiz, so we don't know what type of numbers that'll do. Him and Eddie Hearn are getting dragged right now. They're getting dragged, finding out very fast that the American media and the American populace is not playing and not so. See, it's like, let's say I'm an entertainer. This is what you got to compare it to. At a kid's party, and I'm an entertainer doing jokes and gags and magic tricks. If the demographic of children are like 3 to 5, 3 to 7, 8 years old, that's cool. Maybe this style of comedy or, pantomiming and magic tricks appeases them. But that doesn't mean I could have the same setup and the same shtick with a group of teenagers, 17, 18, all the way through 26. So you would have to cater your entertainment to who you're providing the entertainment for. Because 17, 18-year-olds, maybe they're harder to impress. Maybe these little... This is my thumb, guys. Oh. I got your nose, mate. That's cool to them little kids and shit. Shark bit my finger. Look. Ah, ah. Doing shit like that for the kids, that's cool. But that ain't gonna work for teens. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. The UK, they might believe all this stuff Eddie Hearn and AJ be saying, despite the contradiction, and just be down for the ride. But good luck. Good luck convincing America of that. Because nobody in America is really believing that. Wilder's about to sit up here and fight another killer. Another one. And they're trying to fake the fun. Bro, I'm telling you, I seen a video. It said AJ mobbed by fans. And then I clicked on the video, and I knew the people he was next to because they were media members. And they made it sound like he was, you get me? He was, like, hella fans was just bombarding him. There was like a nice, calm line of people to see him. And it was nothing crazy. And they were like acting like he was getting mobbed. Bro, you surrounded by, you could tell it was media because they all had cameras and cell phones out filming him, like trying to get angles and shit. Like I said, AJ's in for a culture shock. America is not different. What the fuck? Hold on. I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but AJ was just dancing, and it sounds like a room full of men, and randomly took his shirt off, and someone said, yeah, take it all off. Did y'all hear that? I know I'm not tweaking. He said, and he was hitting his strut. Okay, you just dancing and shit. And then he took his shirt off, and so said, yeah, take it off. Take it off. What? Bro, that's what, hold on. I swear, I'm not even, like, this. Listen, he said, take it off. Listen, I know I'm not bugging. He said, hey, take it all off. What? He's not even doing like they hyping that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if there's British humor or whatever, but bro, you hyping up like I don't know. I guess Americans are just different. I'm not trying to be rude, but like if I was around my boys, Super Bowl Sunday or something, and I'm like, they not finna be like they be like, what the fuck is you doing? They not finna. I'm just start taking my clothes off, disrobing and shit. They be like, what the fuck? This dude on Molly? What the fuck? Fucking Martin and Bad Boys is it. What's up, Captain? You got a nice feng shui. Like, that was weird, bro. To each his own, but I don't know, like British humor or some shit. Like they hyping up stuff like that. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that connects him to American audiences, like because like the stuff that, like the little gags and stuff that might be funny to the UK. I don't know if it translates. Hey, like he's not even doing that. Like y'all just hyping up randomly. It's like Yes Men or some shit. Like Yes Men. Like just hyping him up just cause like Eminem said that in the song. He said, yeah, I got people laughing at my jokes and half of them ain't even funny like that. Marshall, you're so funny, man. You should be a comedian. Goddamn. You remember? That's what it reminds me of. Like people just laughing just because he's the, the breadwinner of the group or whatever. I don't know. It's just weird. But anyway, back to this fight shit. Wilder's definitely still in the play from him. He said Latrell for white chick. That Terry Crews. Hey, stop it, bro. He had that whistle. He was like, that shit's funny, bro. He's like, Terry Crews was kind of killing though. But anyway, man. Yeah, just Joshua. He's losing the PR battle. They're trying to make it like he's this big charismatic star, but just look at the comments. I don't even have to, bro. We went into. Just look at the comments. Just look at the comments. Look, I just turned. This is the first DAZN post. Oh shit. This DAZN post. Look, I just clicked on it. Wilder knocks your block off. Meek Mill.
You walking out to, man? Is it gonna be hip hop? Is it gonna be a dramatic song?
There's a few. Like I was looking at Dip's anthem. Dun 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 dun. Jewel set. Oh, was it?
So you know Dipset. See, this guy's a real student of the game, man. You're a real hip hop head.
To that, Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares. I don't know. We're mixing it a bit.
Definitely gonna be somebody from the East Coast.
It has to be someone from this side, right?
Absolutely.
Someone from this side. So, or Biggie. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Yeah. So there's good opportunities. There's really good opportunities.
Wow.
What song are you walking out to, man? Is it gonna be hip hop? Is it gonna be a dramatic song?
There's a few. Like I was looking at Dip's anthem. Dun 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 dun. Jewel set.
Bro, he made it sound like it was The Godfather. Dun, 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 dun. Like, that don't even... He said, I was looking at Dipset album. That's what I'm saying, bro. He's like, that was a little bit off to me. Like, you coming out to Dipset, dun, 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 dun. Like, what was that? Remember Will Smith and Hitch when Kevin James was like doing that dance and spun around, and Will Smith was like, never do that again. Like, what was that, bro? I don't even know what I just. And see, that's what I'm saying. AJ is influenced by American culture. I promise you that. Because he always talk about Biggie, and I told y'all see all y'all in the comment section from the UK, like, oh yeah, fuck the Americans, yeah. Y'all inspired by us because y'all love our music. Y'all love American music. You know, I'm gonna come up Dipset anthem, the anthem for Dipset. Bah, 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 bah. Why don't you come out to some UK shit, bro? The Spice Girls or something. From A to Z, you wanna get with me? You wanna, if you wanna be my lover, yeah. If you wanna be my, like, what? You got, well, come out to the Spice Girls or some shit, bro. See, y'all be talking shit in the UK comment section, but y'all sure love pop culture from America. Come out to Spice Girls. It's cool. You know, Mel B, Posh. Yeah, come out to that. From A to Z, you wanna get with me? You wanna? If you wanna be my love, you know, come out to that. Adele, y'all got some artists out there. Adele would be, hello, it's me. I was wondering if I put to be. Come out to that. George Michael, yeah, George. Rest in peace, George Michael. Come out to George Michael. Wake me up before you go. Yeah, come out to that Culture Club. That boy George, Sir Elton. They just got a movie, Rocket Man, with Elton John. Like I can, I know, you know. Come out to that. You know, see, that's what I'm saying. People be hating on Americans, but then culture vultures, you know. Conor McGregor coming out to Biggie and stuff. What you know about Biggie like that, bro? Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest one. Bastards ducking when Big B bucking, you know. Say a whole Biggie verse, no mess ups. You know what I'm saying? You do people be culture vulture and acting like that. Man, America's popping. We got it's cool if you know, it's infectious music and stuff and the pop culture and, you know, the celebrities and the movies we come up with. There's other movies in, you know, Bollywood and shit, different places of the world, UK. But y'all got to start showing love. You know? But yeah, man, Wilder is he's like really taking the play. He said, "Come out to Craig David Tuesday, we may love by Wednesday, on Thursday and Friday and Saturday." Craig David was, oh my gosh, Craig David was that shit funny. So Tuesday, we get him. My Wednesday. Craig David had some clappers. Hey, I can't front. Craig David had some clappers though. Come out to that Craig. That's what I'm saying. Come out to Craig David. She said Tuesday, and we can make it by Wednesday. Yeah, man. But Wilder, Brazil, and see, this is the, you know, actually, this is my advice to all fighters. Wilder's team is being smart here. When Wilder has so much momentum, get him right the fuck back in there. Get him back in there pretty soon. Get him back in there. He didn't take no damage really, you know, to Dominic Brazil. Get him in there. Keep this shit rolling. You know, he might get to Floyd's record. Shit, if he just keep, you know, fighting a couple more people, he's pretty close. He got like 41 fights. You know, if he beats a guy he already beat, 42, you know, he's getting close. He's getting close to Floyd shit. I'm not saying they have the same exact resume, but, you know, Al Heyman out here playing chess, yo. And, really, one of the big reasons is this. Wilder fighting Luis Ortiz, that was a guy that Joshua could have fought. That would have got respect. And listen, old media, Al Heyman, like, I don't know if Al Heyman just sit at home and, like, be thinking of these master plans, bro. But I'm just being real. Al Heyman just be like, like, I don't know if he just be chilling at the crib out and then thinking of these plans to get over on the comp, because this shit is genius. Some of the stuff he's doing, bro. Old media a month ago, literally. Listen. I'm the king of this. I promise you. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. I'm just ferocious. I want his heart. I'm Jack Dempsey. I'm Sonny Liston. I come from the air cloth. There's no one that can match me. I don't know, man. What? Like, I'm on that Tyson shit. Prime Tyson. Floyd Mayweather. Roy Jones in his prime. Prince Nussin. Oh, my God, bro. Muhammad Ali. I shook up the world. This man's face is ugly. The sweat drip back and forth. Stay away from his face. I'm too fast. I'm too pretty. I'm on that Cassius. Switch my name to Ali, man. Mama call him Cassius. I'm going to call him Cassius. Listen. Old media getting fucked. It's crazy. So, peep this. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Al Heyman just be sitting at the crib, like, thinking of these master plans. Like, these people are stuck. You stuck in your own words. You stuck in your own words. Here, peep the setup. Miller just failed a drug test not too long ago. Facts. Joshua needed a replacement opponent on short notice. Facts. 5-6 weeks to resolve this, right? So this is not too long ago, right? Luis Ortiz was a contender for Joshua on short notice. They said Luis Ortiz was opponent, right? A contender. Eddie Hearn's like, oh, I hope they're paying him more because he just turned down $7 million and I'm gonna expose him. And they were quick to say Luis Ortiz ducked Anthony Joshua, right? They were quick to say that he ducked, right? He ducked Joshua. Even though Joshua could have fought him last 2-3 years, they said he ducked him, right? Follow me now. There is nothing. They just said Luis Ortiz ducked AJ a few weeks back. They said it was a good fight and Luis Ortiz fucked it up and whoop. So they've already expressed that Joshua facing him is a good fight. So now that Wilder just announced that he has signed on to fight Luis Ortiz, a guy who gave him trouble, how can old media run it back and now take back their words and make Luis Ortiz look like it's not an apt fight? To make Luis Ortiz now look like it's a bad fight. When they just said a short camp Luis Ortiz should have took the opportunity. Now he has a full camp and he did pretty well for himself in the first fight and he's fighting another champion. Explain that. So old media, they're trapped in their own words. Because what can they say? What can they say? Oh, fucking Luis Ortiz is a bum. So he wasn't a bum 8 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago or whatever, when Gerald Miller failed a drug test and you allegedly wanted Joshua to fight him for $7 million. Was he? Was he? These dudes are trapped. I keep showing you that. They trapped with their own words. They just said that they wanted AJ allegedly, the fans and shit. They just, oh yeah, why isn't Luis Ortiz fight him? He's what a bum, what a, whatever, what a duck. So you admitted it was a good fight just 6 weeks ago. So now that Wilder is signed on to fight him, what you gonna do? Go back on your word and say, oh no, Luis Ortiz, that's a shit fight. Just like they did with Lomachenko. When Tank beat Jose Pedraza, it was no big deal. When Loma beat Pedraza by decision, then Loma was the greatest. Yeah. And he won the decision. Yeah. And Tank stopped him. and Tank only had 15 fights, and Loma didn't have, he didn't have that fewer than him, and Tank's way younger without 400 amateur fights. Bro, we have too much evidence. It's like old media. Like I said, y'all should have been packed it up because this is just child abuse. They just said Luis Ortiz was a good opponent for Joshua, so now they can't. Few weeks later, when Luis Ortiz hasn't fought anyone, nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed is Wilder said he's fighting Luis Ortiz now. So watch them try to come behind and say how garbage Luis Ortiz is and nobody wants to see Wilder versus Ortiz too. Then why did you want to see Luis Ortiz with the half camp versus AJ? Somebody explain that. Open hot seat right now. Let's get it. Bro, I'm exposing all the double standards. If Luis Ortiz with a 5-week training camp was a great fight for Joshua, and you were saying that he ducked Joshua, then how is a guy who already has proven himself to have given Wilder a tough fight with a full training camp, how is that a bad fight? I can't wait to hear this. It doesn't make sense. You can't be all on board, all on deck. Like, I can understand, like, here's a point I made. I said I personally would rather see Devin Haney versus Luke Campbell than Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell. They're at different spots of their careers. That's why. Devin Haney's an up-and-comer. He's never fought for a title. So I'd rather see the guy who hasn't fought for a title fight a guy who's a gold medalist who has fought for a title and came up short and only has 2 losses. And they were the number 1 and 2 guys. That's why I want to see that. See, they want to be like new media. Our points, the points that I make, actually make sense. They've been thought through from start to finish. But you can't justify 5-6 week camp Ortiz being a good fight for Joshua, but then Luis Ortiz felt like ducking and you were all on board with it. But now Luis Ortiz, and then there's the other angle to that. Bro, we could go so deep with this. Y'all say Joshua is far more technical, right? And you say Wilder is sloppy, he only has power. So it should be another good fight then, right? If Joshua has better technique and Wilder's sloppy and windmill Wilder and all the bullshit y'all say in the comment section, then why would you be anti-Wilder Ortiz too, but you're okay with the chess match of, AJ versus Luis Ortiz with a time crunch, with a 5-week camp? You don't want to see both fighters in full camps stylistically, which makes a good fight and has already proven to make a good fight, right? There's no way you can make that make sense, and y'all know it. And the star you said that Joshua was, he hasn't proven that in America. You could say he was mobbed by Americans and he's signing dollar bills, but he was surrounded by a ton of media and security. That's who was immediately around him, and they were letting one customer at a time get a autograph signed or whatever. There's certain things you can't fake. This is immensely backfired on AJ and Eddie Hearn. And the other thing, this is a big one I haven't even touched on. Another major reason why this has backfired is because Wilder just stole some of your shine because this is your fight week. And now he has important news to the heavyweight division while it's still riding. And it completely co-signs what Shelly Finkel and him as a team said that we already knew, and what new media said, that they had been working on Wilder's path for some X amount of time once they found out Tyson Fury was playing and dodged a rematch, and once they found out Eddie Hearn and Joshua were playing, they said, whatever, to hell with them. We're going to make our own schedule. We don't have time for this. And I don't blame him. I told you that. Here's another reason why it makes Joshua look terrible. Aside from the fact that he could have fought Luis Ortiz and hasn't, or Dillian White or anybody. It's just who's Joshua going to fight. But beyond that is it takes away the clout chase. All week, Joshua's, for his fight, where you're supposed to be talking about Andy Ruiz, he been mentioning Wilder and a little bit about Tyson Fury, but mostly Wilder, right? Wilder just announced that he has a signed fight. Details coming soon as far as the venue, but the Los Angeles Times is reporting it's probably going to be at the Staples Center in September. They have a date. Likely a venue, just hasn't been released. And Wilder himself, out the horse's mouth, said they're signed contracts. So Joshua, the rest of the fight week, should not be talking about Wilder fight. Now you got to stand on your own too, and the world knows it. Now you got to make you and Andy Ruiz make that hot, because it's too late. Y'all played around, and now the game's being played on you. Now you got to stand on your own 2 feet. Now, since you know Wilder is occupied, it's really going to look like Wilder he banged the gavel on this one, bro. They're being so strategic. It's a chess match. So from this point on, since it's public knowledge that Wilder is fighting Luis Ortiz, is being reported by major boxing sites. Wilder just did an interview with 78. I've reported about it. Everybody else knows about it. So this is before the Joshua fight. This is midweek. Was it Tuesday? So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday up to Saturday, we shouldn't really be hearing questions about, oh, what about fighting Wilder next? Oh, yeah, Wilder needs to fight me, and let's meet up at a table. Why are we talking about that? He has a dangerous fight with Luis Ortiz that he has to get past. He still got to get past that. So now it doesn't even make sense to clout chase, and it's going to make you look even more like a clout chaser if you know he's fighting someone else and then you're nonstop talking about him. So now you're almost forced to talk about Andy Ruiz and make people believe in that fight and sell that fight. Same thing with DAZN and Eddie Hearn. What's the point of senseless, banter, as they say, about Joshua versus Wilder next at this point? They've already deaded it. They already both have opponents that they are signed on to fight. So if you see throughout the rest of the week, Eddie Hearn and AJ and DAZN constantly posting about, oh, do you want to see Wilder, Joshua next? And, Joshua saying, hey, meet me at a table. We could talk like men, as men would talk. And you see Eddie Hearn and like, oh, yeah, it's proper bollocks. And if you see all this stuff, then you'll know it's a clout chase. Wilder is booked. And they announced that shit quick that's what I'm saying. This is chess, not checkers. Now you got it. How is it not a clout chase? If the rest of the week Joshua keeps talking about meeting up with Wilder and one-on-ones and I want to fight Wilder next, he has a signed fight. He just told you. He has a signed fight. He just told you. So it's gonna make no sense. It's gonna make no sense if the rest of the fight week, promotional week, they did him with that. They got him with that. That's strategic. I'm telling you. They just nipped that in the bud. Not only did his team previously say that this was going to be the case, he just confirmed it. There's nothing they could say. Like, you're going to be listed as a clout chaser 100. 100, like Joshua said on that weird post-fight interview. There's nothing you can say. You can't say, oh, I didn't know, or cancel plans. They got a venue. They have a date, basically, is being widely reported. So there's no point to be talking about Wilder at this point. He got his own shit. I told you there's no way to beat new media unless you outbeat us with the truth and I get the facts wrong. Watch. We just destroying old media because it's fun at this point. Give me 1 second. Actually, I should have did like that. Fuck. Hold on. Actually, I'm tripping. My bad, yo. No, I know I went dark because I was trying to do. No, it's not technical difficult. I did that on purpose. I guess I should have warned y'all because I did just kind of spring that on y'all. Give me 1 second. Hold on, y'all. I'm just gonna show y'all real quick. I don't really have it set up for this, but all right. Now we working. I'm just gonna I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. This is what Wilder posted. Wilder versus Ortiz 2. To all my fans, I want to announce that Luis Ortiz and I have signed for a rematch with a date in sight to be announced shortly. All my controversial fights must be dealt with ASAP. He just posted this earlier today. So he's announcing that it's signed, details for the venue and how to get tickets coming soon. Right? Oh, yeah. Mike Coppinger. Look. Mike Coppinger. Heavyweight championship rematch between Wilder and Ortiz is headed for Showtime pay-per-view September 28th. Wilder announced today that he's fighting Ortiz again. Wilder knocked out Ortiz round 10 when they met in March 2018 in one of the best fights of that year. So you have reporters talking about it. Wilder talked about it. LA Times talked about it, right? And here, this is Talk Sport, a UK imprint, right? Plan of attack. Wilder manager reveals next 3 fights. May, right? Let me find it. Hold on. Look, right here. There's one that says not happening. You see Wilder and Shelly Finkel? This one. Not happening. Deontay Wilder manager Shelly Finkel rules out Anthony Joshua fight next, says they will revisit in 2020. Look at the date, y'all. Michael Benson, Talk Sports. Look at the date, y'all. Look. April 30th. Y'all see that? April 30th. April 30th. This was the date that this article was posted. And in this, Shelly Finkel did an exclusive interview with them, and he was basically outlining how Wilder already had plans for the rest of the year. This is why I know it's a clout chase. See? New media, we do our homework. So in this TalkSport article, manager Shelly Finkel has confirmed AJ versus Wilder won't happen this year. After failed negotiations, Finkel explained to the Boxing Voice. Okay, so that's where it originated. It says there's a history to this fight with Joshua, and until recently, they did not want the fight, obviously. We were willing to give them the fight or fight them for $15 million flat and fight them in the UK, but they gave every story and didn't fight us. That night, I had to tell Deontay Wilder they were fighting Povetkin instead. He was so emotional, I felt terrible, etc. Says before there were no options for Deontay, and the best route was to fight Joshua. When we realized that couldn't happen, we ended up fighting Tyson Fury, and that was one of the fights of the year in 2018. We're fighting our mandatory now, and we have a pretty full plate for this year, and we will discuss fighting Joshua next year. When asked if Joshua versus Wilder fight wasn't happening because a Wilder versus Fury rematch was on the cards, he added, we're not fighting Joshua next, but it's not necessarily because of the Fury fight can be locked in soon. You know, and in this, look, It was hoped after the defense talk it would be restarted with AJ's representative. However, the Brits promoter Eddie Hearn last week revealed he heard rumors American was instead lining up bouts with Luis Ortiz and Adam Kaunasky. Bro, look, the new media is destroying y'all. It was hoped that after the Brazil defense, they could restart talks to fight AJ. However, Eddie Hearn last week revealed that he heard rumors Deontay Wilder was instead lining up other bouts with Luis Ortiz and Adam Kaunasky. And this is the article where they discussed that. Bro, so Eddie Hearn and AJ are clout chasing, confirmed, because look, AJ versus Wilder, Eddie Hearn reveals worrying new rumor that American has 3 fights lined up. Oh, wow. Looky here. From April 26th. So if Eddie, oh my, I'm fucking y'all up, bro. Now I'm back. So I showed y'all what my homework. I showed you the research. Now, Pensacola, we talk tonight. I just showed you proof and quotes that they knew of this 3-fight plan. Why are they still talking about fighting Wilder? Why? When I just showed you proof that his team knew from April 26th to April 30, it was already well documented that they knew there was a 3-fight plan that consisted of Brazil, Luis Ortiz, and then Adam Kaunasky for Wilder. They had their own plans. So why is this fight week, 5 days before Joshua's fighting, 6 days before he's fighting Andy Ruiz, how come they're still talking about Wilder when Eddie Hearn already admitted that he knew and heard a worrying rumor that Wilder already has his fight mapped out because they're not waiting for you? The clout gods. We clout hunters. Exactly. Tell them, Cursor. Y'all getting fucked up worse than y'all thought. There's no way you could compete with this, bro. Exactly. People saying smoking gun. They knew that this was the plan. I don't know if they thought he was joking. That could have been an option. Maybe they thought, oh, they would be able to squeeze in there. They weren't lying. Finkel told you what it was. The worrying rumors came true. Ego cracking these cold case. That's actually one of my shows, cold case files, forensic files. I told you, I could have did that. Criminal law shit, like the forensic shit. I could have did that. Bro, they getting fucked up. So today is a month later from these series of interviews and quotes and all that, and they're still pretending like they want to meet up with Wilder. That's a clout chase. How is that not a clout chase? You know he's booked up, or you heard the rumors that he's booked up, and Joshua, yeah, man to man, meet me face to face on a table. You keep saying that, but you know you heard the rumors just like I and everyone else that he already had 3 fights because they're not waiting for y'all. And I don't blame them because the 2 British fighters that they could have fought stalled in some form or fashion. Yes, Tyson Fury fought him at first, but then when it came to the rematch, he drug his feet and then he went over to ESPN. So they're like, fuck it. We got good exposure from the Fury fight. We took care of the mandatory, so we freed up. The Ortiz did over $1 million. We just gonna build off momentum and do shit our way. And then that strengthens Wilder's positioning, as far as his A-sideness. And Joshua doesn't really have that many options. First of all, he has to get past Ruiz. He has to look great in doing it since Wilder already got past Brazil. Pressure's on him. Tables have turned. They are stuck. 4 flats. So anybody who's acting like they don't know what's going on, this is what I'm telling you. This is what old media does. They try to play dumb, like they don't know this stuff. Oh yeah, why won't Wilder meet Joshua at the table like he said? You playing dumb. They've told you at least a month ago, and I just showed you that they already had his year mapped out. And the reason, this is my theory, the reason they had to do that is because DAZN wanted Wilder, and so did ESPN. And with him getting those type of plentiful offers, Showtime and the powers that be, they had to come up with some type of game plan that would keep Wilder from going to one of those options. They have to map it out, So their game plan was to, hey, we got 3 guys. You could just build your name off of that. If you get past them, and then we'll come back to the Joshua shit, and you'll be, you'll be the A side by then. So they had to come up with a game plan. Ooh, Ego Army bodying y'all. He said they begging the guy who nobody in America knows for a fight. Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's why I told you I don't care about, like, you got to come through this American soil and become big. Tables have turned. That's just what it is. And it's about what you can deliver. Who is Joshua going to fight now? If Wilder's 2000, they do, bro. And the funny thing is, I hate people like this, bro. Pac told you, niggas love to scream peace after they start some shit. That's like I slap somebody and then they slap the fuck out of me harder, and then I go and tell the authorities. So it's all good when I slapped you, but then when you turn around and slap the fuck out of me, I snitch and try to get you sent to jail. But they didn't snitch and get me sent to jail. They just slapped the fuck out of me back. And then I go and snitch. That's the type of behavior. Like, Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are receiving the most pure, raw, puro form of karma that we have seen in recent boxing. This is everything you did to Wilder, but it's being done to you tenfold. You try to freeze him out, now they're freezing you out. You try to wave this like A-side flag over his head, now they're trying to build up his pedigree and make him keep going viral and build up his leverage, and then show you that you need America more than fighting in the UK. The tables have turned. They're just doing everything, the same energy you gave them, they're hitting you back with that, and then plus tax. Same energy plus tax. That's what we on. Told you, 2019, that's what we on. You try to stall them out and play games, now they playing games. You try to squeeze in, Parker and Povetkin and just come back to the table when you wanted. So they said, all right, cool, you left us out to dry. We figured it out with Tyson Fury. That was good for Wilder. And now we got 3 other fights. We're not worried. That's what's happening. And then from this aspect, you got new media here. I'm covering every Wilder fight this year. I'm covering every Wilder, especially, and it's in Cali. I'm covering, bro. I want to go to Wilder's camp. I want to get in camp with Wilder. I mean, I don't want to spar him. I ain't trying to get knocked out. You ain't gonna Brazil me, motherfucker. But I want to get in camp, and I'm gonna shoot something dope for y'all if he allows me, bro. We taking over this game. I promise you, because we're not here for the games at all. So that's another thing that they didn't bank on. American media and fans actually sticking, because before it was fashionable to just talk shit about Wilder. Man, I told you, the underdogs now have a voice. Minorities now have a voice. Black fighters now have a voice. Brown fighters now have a voice. It wasn't like that in the past. Women now have a voice. Anybody who's been left out or ostracized and, not allowed to play the game, wouldn't let Rudolph play in any reindeer games. All right, Rudolph, we got you. You got the red nose. We're going to use that to your advantage. I promise you, this is the shit we on. Y'all talk all that shit about Wilder. Good luck. Let's see old media make Joshua hot in America. Let's see how many views Joshua versus Andy Ruiz get. And then on top of that, I told you, Bob Arum kind of talked about this. I'm telling you about this. I don't understand the game plan of trying to make Andy Ruiz a late replacement who, he's a good fighter, but he's not a big fighter. He's not a big, huge name that people are talking shit in the comment section. Matchroom's page, the Zone's page, whatever. I don't think it's a horrible fight. Me personally, I think Andy Ruiz can scrap, but a lot of people aren't familiar with his work. But beyond that, you're trying to turn away U.S. media and put a bunch of UK media in the seats. That doesn't benefit Joshua because it doesn't get the message across. They need names, like American names, American channels that they can trust covering his fight as well. And then they probably let people, people who, the people in the media who walk on eggshells and, they're not going to ruffle any feathers or ask any tough questions. They'll let those people in. But the problem is none of them are bigger than new media. Me personally, I told you, I didn't even apply for the fight. So don't even try to take it there. Joshua gave me a copyright strike. We lived it. The shit's erased now. That's why I'm talking about it. Because that was foul. It was over some BS that he posted on Instagram. And I made a video and talked about it. He claimed a cell phone video and said it was copyright, like it was a Hollywood production, bro. It's public domain. You put it on your Instagram. But it's cool, karma, it's cool. And like I said, you doing that, it was his personal email. It said his name on it. So, whoever has your access, even if it was a PR person, I'm blaming you. So that you showing me right there, you don't need me to help you get the exposure. You don't need me to apply and cover your fight. It's good. I got you. But I will be at Wilder's fight. You're supposed to be neutral. Fuck you. Don't watch my shit. I don't give a fuck. I run this game. Run this game with an iron fist. I don't care what y'all talking about. Oh, ego, you're supposed to be neutral. All right. Don't watch me. What you gonna do? Don't watch my shit. I don't care what y'all feel. Really don't. If you don't want coverage, if you don't want me to cover certain, I don't care. Because the one thing about it is me. I'm a real motherfucker. The shit I'm saying to you, I'll say to you online through text and stuff. These other motherfuckers, the ones you really got to watch, because half of the people be smiling in the Charlo's face and shit, and then be talking shit about them in comment sections and shit. They just don't know because they're not like they're nobodies, so they don't have names like that. But I see it. I see people, posting about Charlos or Errol Spit. They want to take pictures and laugh and he and take pictures with Wilder and all the black fighters and different shit. But then they be the ones making posts. Oh yeah, Wilder, you chicken leg duck, man. That's cool. So y'all do whatever y'all want. Don't watch my shit. I don't care. But this is something they weren't equipped to deal with. Good luck making it in America without America and American media being how can your event be relying on selling tickets to the UK? Bob Arum talked about the same shit. No, new media is neutral. Don't listen. We about to block these motherfuckers. Don't say that, though. Don't say new media is not neutral. But I'm neutral. But if you try to come after me, then why would you expect anything from me? Why would you expect any alley oops from me? So don't do that. It had nothing to do with me not being neutral. I'm a man before I'm a boxing anything. He came at my channel, that's cool. You don't need me to be there live and doing live streams and busting my ass and bringing my gear and carrying an 80-pound bag trying to get footage and shit for the fans. You got this. But like I said, good luck being hot. Good luck getting hot. They're going to take this show right back the fuck to the UK. Promise you that. When they see these numbers come back, they're going to come right back. They're going to go right back to the UK. Because Joshua hasn't established, that's, you got to establish yourself in the new territory. And there's a way to do it. Yeah, let him live, but just don't be just let him live. It's cool. I'm not tripping. Just keep an eye on him. We really working. He said old media is not neutral. Yeah, I know that. So, I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out. But Wilder and Heyman playing chess. They playing chess. And see, you got to look at the grand scheme of this. Like, this is just the heavyweight division. So, the next fights this is a rough draft. Let's go. These are the fights. This week, AJ versus Ruiz, a late replacement with pretty much a UK card with Caleb Smith, Katie Taylor, Josh Kelly, etc. All people who haven't really had a chance to build their brands in America, fighting in America. After that, Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwartz, right? After that, Charlo Jamel versus Harrison in a rematch. That's PBC. Then the week after that, you have Jamal Charlo fighting against Brandon Adams. They're doing a press conference this week. Then after that, you have Gervonta having a hometown fight. Charlo Jamal is having a hometown fight. Tank in July is having a hometown fight. Errol Spence versus Sean Porter is somewhere in there. You have Pacquiao Thurman before Errol Spence, and now you have Wilder versus Luis Ortiz too. You tell me whose calendar is filling out. Look at all those PBC fights that are going to keep fans afloat for the summer. What are the contemporaries? Name the equivalent fights from the other promoters. I'm curious. Tyson Fury, Tom Schwartz, does that compare with Pacquiao Thurman? Spence is not in August. It probably would have been announced by now. So you tell me. Gervonta has star power. He fighting in Baltimore. That shit's finna be lit. Don't matter who he fighting. If Drake went to his fight against Hugo Ruiz and Birdman and shit, what the fuck you think is gonna happen in Baltimore? That shit finna be lit. Somebody gonna come out. That's what I'm saying, bro. Al Heyman, strategic with it. Strategic. But, you know, the Zone has a lot of who gives a fuck fights. Bro, they can't compete with new media, old media. They can't. They simply can't. You got to make sense. You got to make more sense than us. You got to be real. You got to be realistic. That's what I'm saying. So, like I said, it's better to have me as your ally than your enemy. You know, giving me a credential to cover your event at this point, it benefits you. It's not. It's at best, it's a two-way street. And we getting so big, it might be a point where it benefits them more than it benefits me, depending on the fight. I'm just being real. Dillian White versus Oscar Rivas. I like the fight, but I don't think it's a big fight for boxing. You know, why put it this way? That's why I put it in the UK. That's the best chance of success for it. But these guys, okay, put it this way. Name a heavyweight that is remembered that didn't fight in America routinely. Name a top, is that simple. Name a top level heavyweight out of history that fought and didn't fight in America routinely. Go. That's why I don't understand the game plan. Y'all can play dumb all you want. Name a top level heavyweight throughout boxing history that didn't frequently fight in America that is known and people would know their name, you know, like a renowned heavyweight name that people remember. His name is no one. That's what I'm saying. The UK can't win this game. I'm telling you. And I say the UK because there's a lot of fans that are promoting this angst and, you know, talking shit to Americans. Y'all can't win this game. America's too big. Name a heavyweight throughout history. So let's say from the 1900s to 2019 that did not make a name fighting in America pretty routinely. Lennox Lewis fought David Tua in Vegas. He fought Tyson in Memphis, Tennessee. You know, he fought Holyfield out here. I think he fought Hasim Rahman in South Africa. But, you know, that was well after. He fought Klitschko at the Staples Center. So, you know, when I hear Dillian White, he's cool. I like Dillian White. Oscar Rivas, it's a solid fight. But you're on an app and you're stuck in the UK. And the UK is a nice place, but like I said, what star do you know, heavyweight star, that transcended boxing, you know, like the Muhammad Ali's, Lennox Lewis, and Tyson, that transcended boxing and didn't fight in America? So keeping Dillian White relegated to, that's hurting him. Americans will fuck with Dillian White probably. He trash talks and shit. But like I said, everything goes to new media. Look, it's no mystery. Triple G, he wasn't making that money he making in America, in Kazakhstan. Lomachenko just came out with some exercise equipment. He wasn't making this money in the Ukraine. You know, Kovalev wasn't making it money in Russia, like the amount he made versus Ward and Alida Alvarez. Pacquiao wasn't making in the Philippines what he's made here. 170 million with Floyd. Come on, bro. Conor McGregor wasn't in Kremlin. I don't know what you're thinking. I'm in Kremlin. He wasn't in Kremlin and Dublin and all this shit making what he made for Nate Diaz out here. Stop. We know it. And this is what people have been telling you, including Wilder, just some guy from Alabama. They try to play like these Southern dudes is slow and stupid and shit. Wilder been tell you the money's here, Joshua. My belt says champion of the world. I will go to the UK, but I'm trying to tell you the money is here. The UK didn't want to believe it because they had a little hot streak, but that hot streak died out real quick because they went from 13, 14 concurrent champions to a lot of them losing. A lot of them. Name it. Name the UK champions right now. Joshua, Caleb Smith. Who else? That's 2. Name an active champion. Josh Warrington. I'm talking about full versions of, not Euro Continental, Shawn Michaels, Intercontinental. They don't have as many as they did. But at one point they had Carl Frampton and blah, blah, blah. And, a lot of the people have lost since then. So they had their biggest hot streak that they had in years, but then they didn't retain those titles. Kell Brook lost his title to Errol Spence. Amir Khan didn't really have a title, but he lost his ranking. Tony Bellew got knocked out. He was the champion emeritus. Then he came back down, got knocked out, couldn't beat Usyk for the belt. Corolla, he lost his ranking, just lost to, what's the name? Luke Campbell challenged for a title already. Jorge Linares beat him. Josh Taylor's nice. Okay, so that's 3. And he's in a tournament. Who else? And none of these guys are big American names. Except for, I guess you could say Joshua's probably the biggest. So, good luck, If you don't believe in new media, I don't know. Billy Joe Saunders just got a title again at 68. That's 4. Like I said, there's about 6. So, keep going. We ain't even got to 6 yet. Kell Brook's not a champion. Who else? Frampton's not a champion. Ryan Burnett lost. Ted Cheeseman lost. Full versions of belt. We had 4. I said there's about 6. That was just a rough guess. Yeah, and Josh Taylor about to, what's his name? Terry Flanagan just lost. He got stopped by my dude Regis Prograis. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, the shit's changed. A lot of people lost. What? Y'all can't think of 6? See? What, throw Katie Taylor? Okay, that's 5. And that's I had to throw in a female with a different talent pool. Charlie Edwards, so in the little baby divisions. Okay, that's 6. Okay, who else? Keep going. Y'all probably Googling this shit by now. Y'all not fucking with me. I told y'all. But before, you had Terry Flanagan. You had Carl Frampton was a champion. Kell Brook had a belt. Joshua had belts. And, Tony Bell. It was, for a period of time, there were a lot of concurrent. It was the most that the UK had seen in a long time. But that died out real quick. I already said Josh Warrington. Liam Welsh, he got destroyed by Tank. Paul Smith, George Groves lost. I don't think James DeGale has a belt. Or yeah, he used to have a belt. That's another person that lost. George Groves lost. James DeGale lost. Chris Eubank lost and then kind of came back. I don't think he has like a full belt though. So yeah, the dude that fought Badu Jack, Marcus Brown from Long Island. That's what I'm saying. If where Billy Dib from? He from Australia, I think. But you guys get what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not popping like it once was. See, at that time, that's when they were trying to, Wilder, you got to come to the UK. Oh, come. That shit died out. When James DeGale started taking a fade, Kell Brook, George Groves lost, Carl Froch retired. Y'all better hope Joshua don't lose. If Joshua loses, then, he's the guy probably with the most hype and buzz, and He has multiple belts. He's unified. Yeah, Billy Dibbs from Australia. That's what I'm saying. So it's everything's coming full circle. We told you, me, Wilder, New Media, Egos Aren't. We told you, my shooters, J Dog, all of us. We told y'all the money was in America. Y'all didn't believe us, and now y'all seeing it. I'm just glad Ego was the first boxing channel I found on YouTube. Luckily, I started out with the realest before I found all the others. That's a good point. Shout out to Frank. Time difference mess up shit for the UK though too. If the UK has a fight, they not finna be able to sell that many, if any, pay-per-views in the US. That's a solid point, but that's not entirely accurate, bro. It's not entirely accurate because if the fight was big enough, people would probably tune in. There's not the fights that they're making is not really big enough. They haven't built the people up in America. That's the biggest thing. How are you going to expect Americans to tune in to people we've never even seen or heard of before? I have heard of a lot more than some people just based on the nature of what I do. But Americans, by and large, they don't know who Ted Cheeseman is. You know, David Price has not won like his biggest fights, so he's not like a big name people have come to, appreciate and know and shit because he lost his big fights. You get what I'm saying? So it's not just the timing. That's probably some of it. It's also like, okay, put it this way. Say there was Lennox Lewis and Wilder went to fight Lennox Lewis. That fight, it don't matter if it happened in the UK. That if Lennox Lewis was relevant and he was the Lennox Lewis we all knew that beat David Tua and Cannon Briggs and Tyson, and Wilder was relevant, I think that would do well in the UK. So you can't just use that as a cop out, the time difference, you know. And why don't they do what they did in Australia? Have it play on a weird time in Australia to maximize the U.S. broadcasters, or like when Pacquiao fought Lucas Matisse in Malaysia. Maybe that's what the UK should do, have a fight, at 2 a.m, a fight card at 2 a.m, or something weird to maximize and be on prime time in America. I'm done. I'm out. Joshua, we'll see what he does with Ruiz, but Wilder's playing chess. Al Heyman's playing chess. Luis Ortiz is a good fight. Don't let anyone fool you. You guys said that Luis Ortiz, Wilder got saved and all this shit, and now they acting like they don't want the fight. Y'all said that, Joshua was chasing Luis Ortiz, and Luis Ortiz ducked $7 million, and that was a good fight. So don't say nothing now about Luis Ortiz being a horrible option for Wilder. The end is near. Nah, these dudes have been getting bodied.